glass ceiling. This is a little bit corporate angle for some of you cats who don't understand what a glass ceiling is. But a glass ceiling is basically, you hear from corporate cats who say they won't let blacks run their company. There's a glass ceiling here that we can never get above. Right? And they bring this up like crying wimps. And I'm going to call them crying wimps because that's exactly what the fuck it is. You a crying wimp saying, why don't they let me, why doesn't this man let me run his company? That's not fair. It's discrimination. It is, homie. You're right. Now what the hell you going to do about it? What kind of man sits there and complains day after day about a game that somebody won't let him play? Go start your own game, and if you really can't, if they really control the game that much, then blast his bitch ass in his head, man, so we can move on. But if you ain't gonna do shit about it but sit there and complain and get on TV and tell everybody so-and-so doesn't hire as many, there's a glass ceiling, I ain't gonna never move up here. They don't think, man, you're just complaining. What part of your manhood doesn't get offended that you spend your whole goddamn day complaining? You know what I'm saying? Look, let me tell you something about being a black man, an African American man. You understand what I'm saying? In this country, we all know shit ain't always in our favor. You were born with that. Nobody lied to you about that. You went into the game and you probably thought, this dude may not hire me, man, because he might think I'm an ex-drug dealer, gangbanger, and all the shit they put on TV to make us look bad. Right? That's in your head too. Then you go to class, you go to work with these dudes, and you're trying to tell everybody you a good black and you got good English and all this shit. All this stuff you're trying to prove to another man that you something so he can accept you, which is a fucking inferior role to take on as a man. So what do I say to somebody who cares about a glass ceiling and wants to complain about it? I guess I'm looking at a homo thug, Chauncey ass dude. Stop trying to build someone else's shit. Do for self, build your own. If you an engineer, go start your own engineering firm. If you somebody else, but most of you cats, y'all don't even want to do that. So, what do? Y'all get up and say, well, I'm going to go try to see if I can move over from Sprint to Verizon, and maybe Verizon will let me up the glass ceiling, break through the glass ceiling. And then you hear all these ghost stories from all these other motherfuckers who never made it either. And then they talking about, so-and-so, then so many people passed me up, they just got somebody else to go past me like a whole bunch of losers that they are. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I got no respect for you as a man, as a woman. When you get to a point where somebody won't let you play, there's only two things you can do. Not play with them, or take the goddamn ball and sock one of them in the fucking face. So it ain't no middle ground, motherfucker. It ain't no begging. It ain't sitting there long enough to prove to somebody that you were worthy of letting them run your shit. The dude don't believe you, you can run his shit. Now, you are a special black. Because I know you got to be special for this shit to even matter to you. You're a special black. And I mean special like deaf and dumb and retarded. Because I know your grandma told you, man, they didn't hire us back in the 40s. Then your mother came up, they didn't hire us back in the 60s. And your third cousin, I'm over here in Buffalo, New York, and they ain't hiring me over there. And your dumb ass, Sweet Jones ass, went to school, went to Harvard, got you a good degree, and now your ass saying, I qualify, Mr. Master, why you won't let me run the main plantation? It would mean so much to me. To run your plantation, Master, I'll pick more cotton than them. And your bitch ass come over here trying to tell everybody it's a glass ceiling when the master didn't pick your bitch ass out the bunch. Stop doing this shit. Stop with this inferior way of thinking. You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe what you're capable of doing. Somebody gave you a gun. You don't think you know how to shoot it without somebody co-signing your hustle. You're smarter than everybody in there. You already know. That's why you mad as shit right now. But you know what you ain't? You don't got enough guts to go out there and create your own and make way more money on your own. So you sit there and tell everybody, Toyota don't hire blacks. Fuck Toyota. Don't buy their goddamn cars. You go get the National Action Network with somebody, what's his name, to come down here and march on. Man, fuck that shit. Don't work for them motherfuckers. And if, like I said, if you really get mad, get your manhood up and sock the bitch in his face. You know what I'm saying? Stop fucking being a punk. Stop losing. Stop talking like a loser. Stop creating angles like a loser. What kind of man goes into an endeavor, into a field, into a job that he feels they will not respect him as a man and they will not respect what he brings to the table? A coward. A punk. Let me tell you what real men do, what cats who can do for self do in that same situation. You ain't never heard me say no glass ceiling shit. I used to work with these dudes over in New York, these Jewish and Italian cats. I knew from the beginning they weren't going to let me up to the damn company. This dude was over here telling me, you got to be part of our inner circle. What the fuck, am I part of some cult with these homo thugs? Chauncey ass motherfuckers trying to get me. I'm my own man, so let me tell you what I did, young partner. For y'all who don't know what a glass ceiling is, and some of y'all educated folk who out here who stuck and can't think out of a goddamn box. I went and did for self. I created a company, doing the same shit I was doing for them, but I did it for myself. And I enriched myself, young partner, like I pushed vitamins into the wheat bread, you dig? I enriched myself. Now, when I see these suckers on the street or I bump into them, they out of fear, fearful of what I might do. Fearful, homie. Full of fear. Y'all don't understand what I'm saying. Because I'm not the dude who stood there like the rest of them punks and they can control and mastermind. I'm the dude who got it up and said, let me go do for self. I'm the dude when they said they're going to talk to me out of line, like I told you in the story in the past. When a dude told me, start screaming at me, I went up to him, I'm not your son, don't you ever scream at me. When the dude tried to trip up my company, trip up my chips, trip the way I live my life, tripped up the money in my pocket, I called up that dude, let him know, you can come outside right now, young partner, and I will meet you there, and I will beat you up in front of your goddamn wife. Don't ever fuck with me and my money. Now we cross, I'm not an employee. I'm not your friend. Now we man to man on the street and you're going to tuck your tail like you normally do. I don't believe in that glass ceiling shit. That's just you and your dumbass education. I don't know how you can be smart enough to know the shit is coming and then you don't find a way around it. You must be insane. Insane means to do something with the belief that a different outcome is going to happen. It is to walk into fire and say I won't be burned. That's what insane is. That's what you motherfuckers are. Who gives a fuck about a glass ceiling? Do for self. You dudes are very powerful people. You're very smart people. I run into you brothers and sisters all the time. And you're scared shitless of being a man. You're scared shitless of being a woman. You're scared shitless of doing for self. You're scared to stand up. You think you're not going to have any customers because all your customers are white and you don't know how to come up with a product that can be served to black people so people don't have that problem. You think, oh, you know what, if I can't get a job outside of the supermarket because no one's going to supply us with chicken or no one's going to supply us with lettuce and oranges. Did you ever try, motherfucker, or are you over here lying? You made all these connections in this company. If you would have went and did for self, money follows money. Money wants to make money. They will sell to you. If you didn't walk away disgruntled, if you just got up and walked away and did for self, they wouldn't even be an enemy to you. You don't have to let the devil know that you know he's the devil. This is the problem with the majority, the doctrine that's being pushed down our people's throat, is that we keep trying to find a way to be friendly with the devil. With motherfuckers who don't like us. And then we come up with these goddamn names like it's a glass ceiling and it's blackmail, and then they don't let me here, and then they it's not equal justice and it's civil rights, and all that shit could disappear tomorrow if you motherfuckers did for self. Let me tell you the difference between me, what you doing, and what everybody else in the coward ass thing is doing. If they come to take my money, they will meet some hot ones. And I ain't talking about hot cakes. I built my shit. I don't play them dumbass games. I meet every one of them dudes as a man, not as an inferior product, not trying to get put on, not trying to find a way around it, not trying to find a way to smooth them, not do any of that old homo thug shit y'all doing. And I will continue to operate this way. If y'all never seen what a man was, then I'll put my picture up so you bitches can learn. You're smarter than me. You know more than me. You're stronger than me. A lot of you cats I bump into. I always ask y'all the same questions. Haven't y'all heard it come out of my mouth? When you gonna start your own company, man? You know what I'm saying? You got your own thing, man. When you gonna? Oh man, I don't know if I can start my own company, Freeman. Why, man? What's holding you back, man? Maybe I can help you to figure this thing out, man, so we can do for self, man. I see another brother with another company. If I can be of help, man, you just let me know. Not all of us like that. Yes, we are, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a family thing amongst the Freemans. Something my mother said, something my grandfather said, something my grandmother said. They killed all the weak slaves, brother. They killed them all. What was left was the dudes who can endure, who could take the pain, who could take the blows. You bitches are hiding. You're scared. So when you come up with this glass ceiling thing and you don't think you're a lawyer, but they won't let you be the lawyer of Duke and Dukes and Dukes of Hazards and shit, and your bitch ass don't want to go out and start your own firm. And you can hustle harder than them, and you have been hustling hard because you know you had to overcome the odds already, and then your bitch ass won't do it for yourself. The shit baffles me. That we're talking to strong men who want me to respect them as a man. We're talking to strong women who want me to respect them as a woman. And then you come up with these goddamn little kid excuses. They won't let me play with the ball. Uncle Freeman, what can I do? You know, it's my ball too. They took my ball, Uncle Freeman. I can't play with it. You gotta do for self. If any of y'all even running into kind of that glass ceiling thing, y'all should pick another brother, pick another sister, and go ahead and y'all sit down and y'all politic and y'all build something together on the side until y'all can break bread and be out. It doesn't have to be done in an evil way, but when you meet the devils again, show no mercy. You could do that just for me. Because I like to stomp on their fucking necks and pull on their tail. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to cut them up. I'm going to torture them. One pinky toe at a time, young partner. Because any man who comes against me, who deliberately sets up a game for me to come in second, me and him ain't friends, me and him are enemies. And I'm going to treat him as such. There is no glass ceiling to this game. It's the fact that you're scared to stand up and do for self. Why are you so worried about another man putting you on when you could put on yourself? Obviously, if you got to the point where you can even see the so-called glass ceiling, obviously you must be a very smart and intelligent brother. You must be able to do for self. Why haven't you stopped and thought about it? You saw the damn glass ceiling coming. You knew you were stronger than most of them dudes. You knew you educated your own bosses that went ahead of you. What are you scared of? Are you scared to stand up and be a rival to the dudes who never liked you in the first place? Are you scared to go out here and get all of the chips that is the result of your hustle? What are you scared of? And then you want to get on TV and complain like a fucking fag? Like a punk? They won't let me do this. You know what, Freeman? They won't publish my book. Hey, Freeman, they won't do this to me. You full of won'ts, homie. What will you do? What will you do about it? This is special for my corporate cats who listening, man. Don't come at me. I don't care if I was making $2,000 selling hot dogs. I will shove it in your fucking face that I am not ran by no man and that I am not on someone else's plantation and I'm not hoping for a raise. It's not about the money thing. If you've been listening to the whole goddamn thing for all this time I've been telling you, I'm not talking money, homie. I'm talking power. I just got to use money because I can build y'all up to the power. A man who owns his own shit, I don't care how small it is, even if he's washing cars and he only makes $3,000 a month, is way more powerful than you in a suit any given fucking day. Because nobody's gonna stop his way of life. He can call motherfuckers all kind of bad words and shit, and you ain't gonna stop his life. And he's not gonna worry about the insurance going bad or nobody liking him. Because the average dude buying a hot dog on the street doesn't give a fuck. If he's Republican, Democrat, if he's atheist, if he believes in Islam, or if he believes in Jesus Christ, he doesn't give a fuck. So you built your whole foundation on faulty ground. You have no power. And you talking like a wimp. And when you come outside talking about this glass ceiling shit, that's what you are. If you're black like me, I want you to do better. Even if we deal with the word sting, they sting because sometimes Bactine or alcohol stings on the cut. I gotta heal you in order for you to move on. There is an option, young partner. You don't have to be part of their game. You can make your own. Listen to the podcast I had on there talking about do the math. That's something I specifically put out for a lot of young cats to be able to understand what money's really about. Do the math. Your job paid you $6,000 a month. After taxes, you make $4,000. Figure out how you're gonna be able to make $4,000 a month, and you can live the exact same damn life, but without a suit and without being around master all day. Being a corporate person, working in a corporate job is not a career, motherfucker. It is a survival instinct. You are hanging on, trying to make sure nobody knows that you really do have these thoughts, and you're subjecting yourself for the next 20, 30 years to people who you think don't respect you and don't like you. What kind of motherfucker does that? Think about that. When, homie? When, W-I-N and W-E-H-E-N, are you going to get the fuck out of that situation and do for self? When overall, homie? And when are you going to change your life so you don't come up with these bullshit excuses made by weak people who have no power, and you're giving them power by letting them decide how far in the world you can come, you can go, where your talents can go? When are you going to realize how powerful you are? They trained you in their game. Beat them at it. Stop being on their team. This ain't the goddamn army, and I don't have no problem with the Afghanistan people. I ain't fighting a goddamn war. There is no glass ceiling. It's a failure of a very intelligent man or woman to go around and do for self. It's a failure of a man to see the sun going down and to put on a goddamn jacket or a coat or an umbrella if it's starting to rain. It's a failure of a man to see what's coming and to actually walk into it and hope for a different change. It's actually fucking insane. Retarded. And then you want to come over to me and say, and I'm doing my corporate hustle. You ain't doing shit, man. That's like somebody telling me they selling crack. I put that corporate hustle shit is the same thing as selling crack. If you ain't figuring out a way for you to do it for yourself, then you got to admit to yourself that you hope nothing ever happens to the brokerage house you work for, or the Procter and Gamble, or hope they don't get rid of middle managers, or all this other shit. You know what's going to happen. You know you on faulty ground. You don't want to do for self. I never give up on you, brother. You black like me. Black people, a couple of people in my life didn't give up on me. They were trying to steer me clear of being on somebody else's plantation. And when I got off the plantation, a lot of them were very proud of me. And what I'm on here to do is not to put you down. Because if we met and sat down, chopped it up, had a beer, had some hot wings, I would sit here and work my ass off trying to make sure we can come up with a way for you to do for self. We have to do this for ourselves. We have to do this for our family. We have to do this for our group. Racism and all this shit is a result of us not standing on our own too and doing for self. Because if we did not have to ask the motherfuckers who didn't like us for anything, they would just not like us. What the fuck we care? And when he got his gun, I got my gun. All of these dudes are not Marines, and they will get chopped down. There is no glass ceiling in this game. This is a man who fails to think. It's not the American way for them motherfuckers to let everybody in. They never have, never will. 400 years you've been trying to get put on. Stop. We went from a dude who was the number one slave. You went from a dude who was the first with the integration, and you went to all this other shit, and then you're trying to equal opportunity and all that. Get your own goddamn business, and you can have all the opportunity you want. There is no glass ceiling, homie. Didn't mean to jump on you that hard, but you got to stop that dumb shit. Get your own. Create your own. Stand on your own too. Put a black fist on the outside and put the flag up. Take out that POW-MIA thing and put a black fist in the middle of it. Let motherfuckers know this is our shit. Put the flag in the ground. I will. Get ready. Next time, partner.